welcome back to West of Loathing and to Gun Manor. I think we're almost done here. We only have 3 ghosts, right? Right? 3, okay. 1 left on the second, 2 on the third. Okay, so we need to deal with, I'm pretty sure the third one is Mrs. Gunn. And then we have the pool cue that I need chalk for. And then I have the attorney that I still need to convince. I think, if my notes are sloppy, but I think we need to maybe go back to Dirtwater to figure that one out. This chalk thing is going to drive me up the wall. Okay. Where would there be chalk in the house? Maybe in a bathroom? Like talcum powder? Or would there be a chalkboard somewhere? Hold on, is it... I'm gonna feel dumb. Is there just like a scoreboard in the... Huh? Oh, I didn't even realize I had walked into him. Okay, no chalkboard in here. I have to assume it's got to be somewhere, right? Like, it's 50-50 with this game, right? You know, it's either very obvious or completely absurd. And I was thinking completely absurd of like, if, you know, I got to get chalk from some absurd place, like I got to grind my own chalk out of seashells that I find or some shit like that. But nope, I don't think. Hold on, is this a... fuck me. Somebody probably remembered that I wrote boo up there myself dozens of episodes ago and that I didn't remember doing it. You look at the board and shudder and then take the chalk. You got an item, blue chalk. Okay. We need to go here and then there. And then here. You chalk up your cue, the ghost racks the balls. It's a close match. You have to consult that geometry book a few times just to work out all the angles. I don't remember the geometry book. Was that the last thing? The thing we got before? The game comes down... No, because it was the spinning, we had to lathe it, right? To straighten it. The game come down to a fight for the 8 ball, and you manage to barely squeak out the win when the ghost catches an unlucky bounce off the corner of a pocket. Well, shucks. Nice shooting, Tex. He flips you a finger gun salute, winks, and fades into nothingness. 210 XP. The balls are still now. Grab one. You grab the most appealing ball, a 3 ball. Why would I grab a 3 ball? The red paint on the outside of this billiard ball reacts with human blood. What? The red paint on the outside of this billiard ball reacts with human blood in a way that doctors will eventually discover is extremely harmful, but which for now is blissfully refreshing. This item goes in your offhand. Regenerate 10 HP per round of combat, plus 25 maximum HP. That's actually crazy. Yeah, so it replaces this. Well, if I need to tank through something, that's really powerful. I don't think I'm going to use it right now, but, Actually, hold on. And I could talk her out there, but she's here. 2 ghosts left. None left on the first floor, one left on the second, one on the third. Okay. I'm not missing another ghost somewhere, am I? It's gotta be Mrs. Gunn. Alright, let's go down to the second floor and talk to... Nope, that's the wrong room. Gallery. Try and get a quick refresher. Any idea where I should start looking for McCready? Your guess is as good as mine. I have to imagine he got as far the heck away as Frisco as he could, though, if he's the one that escaped. Yeah, okay. So I'm pretty sure that means Dirtwater. I don't know where he would be, though. I don't know. Hey, Lloyd. Ever heard of a fella named McCready? McCready? Nope, don't ring a bell. Would have been about 17 years ago? Heck, I got a long memory, but not that long. I only started working here 6 or 7 years ago anyhow. What about the guest register? We only keep those for a couple of years. Only place I know of that might have records as far back as what you need would be the post office. Okay, thanks. Well, that was easy. That was a breeze. Alright. I'm Herb Wales. Any mail for me? Nope. Darn. I'd like to send a postcard. Oh, right. It's still the same day. It's been the same day for like 40 episodes. Trying to find a guy named McCready. There's a possibility he might have passed through here about 17 years ago. Passed through? We don't stamp passports here. Yeah, If he stayed for a while, I might have a forwarding address. God. Ooh, can you check, please? Alright, them books could use a dusting anyway. One sec. She pulls some big ledgers out of her desk and blows a huge cloud of dust into the air, then starts leafing through them. 17 years. Round about 78 then? 76, 77. Marone, Mapleston, McMurphy, McCready. Got a Matt McCready. That the one? That's him. No forwarding address, but you could ask at his old place just out of the northwest of here. Let me see your map. Oh yeah, looks like you already got it here. Desert House, that's the one. Thanks. Is that something? Is that a place we already had? We must have done stuff here before, right? M. McCready, 1846 to 1887. Stuck to his guns. Apparently we're going to dig up his grave. You dig until your shovel hits a wooden coffin and haul the lid open. A skeleton blinks at you. Well, it doesn't, but anyway. Howdy. Howdy, are you guilty, McCready? Well now, I ain't heard that nickname in, what year is it? 1895. 17 years. No, I tell a lie. There was that one time 8 years ago. The same McCready that escaped the gallows during an eclipse? Heh. Well, now, since the statute of limitations has expired, brother, you are dead. Heh. Well, now, since the statute of limitations has expired, I might as well fess up. Yep, that was me. Real sweet plan, too. Apart from one little hitch, it went off smooth as silk. Even worked in a little misdirection to lead the law to them other two fellers instead of me. Serves them right. They was real murderers, not like me. I never killed a man except in a fair fight. Except for that one little hitch you mentioned? You miscalculated how long to delay the trial. So in order not to miss the eclipse, you've called for a trial by combat. Oh, well, yep, that's the truth of it. You're blaming me for Miss Wainwright's death, I suppose? Why didn't you just trust her? She would have gotten you declared innocent. She had a real good head on her shoulders, sure, but so did that prosecutor fella. Didn't rate the odds better than 50-50. Not good enough. And anyway, the trial by combat was part of her job. She should have been ready. That stinks. She trusted you. She's a ghost now because she feels guilty about losing that trial. I've spent ages trying to convince her that you weren't innocent, and she backed you up every step of the way despite the fact that you got her killed. And you don't even care? Hell, you bite your tongue, Sonny. You don't know me. Don't care? I did what I felt I had to do to stay alive, and I felt damn guilty about what happened to Mrs. Wainwright. But I ain't taking all the blame for it, no sir. She'll tell you herself. She should have been better prepared, just like she told me that day, apologizing with her last breath. I gave up gunfighting for her. Gave up the only thing I lived for. That's how I felt about it. You gave up gunfighting? Weren't easy, but I did. Bought this house, bought this land, raised some chickens, and had a little vegetable garden. Place has gone to hell since I died. That's a shame. Anyway, I never fired my pistol again. Not even at a damn fence post. That's not what it says in your grave. Oh, read it again. That's the fellow what killed me, having a little ironic joke, I reckon. Someone killed you? You're only the second person to track me down. First one was 9 years after the trial. Vic Timsbury's brother, hunting for revenge. What happened? He challenged me to a duel, and I told him I ain't doing that no more. He asked again, and I said no, and he hollered at me, and I took out my pistol out of the closet and threw it at his feet so he could see how the cylinder was all rusted shut. And he cocked his gun and asked me one last time, and I said no, and last thing I remember is the bang. Jeez. Kind of him to bury me, though. Guess he weren't all bad. Do you want to see Felicity again? I could take you to her ghost. Nah, I reckon I'll just go back to sleep. Ain't right a dead fellow walking around. Just tell her sorry for me, alright? Here, you can give her my pocket watch. She'll recognize it. Got an item. McCready's pocket watch. Matt Guilty McCready's fancy silver pocket watch. Even after being buried for 9 years, it still chimes the hours. This item goes in your offhand. That's a pretty nice bonus if I cared about meat or items right now. Alright, bye McCready. So long, fella. You close the coffin and fill the hole back in. Ah, alright. That was a decent, pleasant end to things, I suppose. Okay, so now we have to go back to Dirtwater to get on the... Yeah, okay. Okay, so now... Surely... Felicity Wainwright greets you with a gloomy nod. Are you ready for this? What now? I found McCready's grave. He wasn't executed. You're 100% certain it's him, not some other man named McCready. I kind of want to say this one just because I'm curious what her reaction will be to him being alive but dead. It was him. I spoke to him personally. Spoke to him? He's alive? He's alive? Not exactly. He's a skeleton. We talked for a while and then he asked me to bury him again so he could go back to sleep. What did he say? He confirmed our guesses. He knew about the eclipse in advance and stalled the trial for his escape plan, but stalled it too long and decided to hedge his bet by calling the trial by combat. I see. He gave up gunfighting. He what? He bought a little house and raised chickens, never fired his pistol again. In fact, he left it to rust. 9 years later, Timsbury's brother caught up to him and challenged him to a revenge match. McCready refused repeatedly, so the guy shot him. He said to tell you he was sorry. She looks at you silently for a moment, then sighs and shakes her head. She smiles at you. Thank you, Herb. You'd make a damn fine attorney. She shakes your hand and fades from view as she does so. Rest in peace, counselor. Aww. That's actually really nice. It's a nice ending to the whole thing. Alright, Paul. come on. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Shh. Is the ghost still there? No, I took care of her. Oh, thank God. I've got to wash this flour off and get back to work. But first, he starts frantically scratching every part of his body. Man, feels like I've been saving up these itches for days. I was about to go crazy. Thanks, Herb. You're a lifesaver. No problemo. Come see me at the visitor center. I'll hook you up with a souvenir photograph. Paul wanders off, still scratching. Alright, let's go get our souvenir photograph, I guess. Keep going in those doors like that's the right place to be, but... Okay. Nope. This... Hello? There we go. Okay, I was just being fussy, so I used the keyboard. Thanks again for your help. What an ordeal. No problem. How's the itching? More or less better. I mean, hygiene is what it is in this day and age, you know? You nod. Would you like a souvenir photograph? It's only 200 meat. What happened to hooking me up, man? You're not gonna give me a freebie for saving your butt? Fine. Sure, I'll take one. Got an item, Gun Manor photo. This is a souvenir photograph of Gun Manor. Looking at it reminds you of the time you visited Gun Manor and bought a photograph of it. Wait a second, this is a photograph of the house. Yep, an official Gun Manor souvenir photo. Why'd you take a picture of me then? Oh, that's just for our records. Okay. Well, that was weird. Alright. There's only one... According to my weird instruments, there's only one ghost left on the premises, and it's on the, let's see, the 3rd floor of the manor. Alright, I'm pretty sure that's Mrs. Gunn, unless I've missed something, so we'll see about that next time.